Hi, families. This is Tammi again from ELC Pinellas, and we're going to talk about how to help your child focus during this e-learning time at home. I'm going to share my screen so you can see some ideas that we're going to talk about for focusing. So the first thing to do for helping your child focus is a daily schedule. We all have daily schedules. We all have routines that help us stay on task for the day. If any of you are fortunate enough to have a remote working environment right now, like I am, you have to make a schedule for yourself at home because it looks way different than it does if you were sitting at work. Same with your child. Your child is used to a routine at school and when each subject or each activity is done. So you want to develop a daily schedule that works well for your family. My family, we work from basically 8 to 11:30, and then we're done after lunch for the children to decide what they want to do. If they want to go play outside, if they want to watch a movie, if they want to play a video game, it's up to them for the couple hours in the afternoon. So that's something they look forward to. So a daily schedule is really important. And then what happens during that daily schedule? So from 8 to 9, our kids go and take a walk with their grandma. It's a time of learning that they pick up flowers, they pick up rocks, they point to different things. And it also helps their brain because it's doing a physical activity. And that helps them focus to get all those wiggles out. From 9 to 10, they do math, and then from 10 to 11 they do reading. Sometimes it's the other way around. It just depends on what lessons they have that day. Currently we're doing reading and then math, but if it's something that's harder, sometimes we do math first, or if we don't even have a reading lesson, we will just do math. And then from 11 to 11:30 we either do PE, or we do art, or we do music, depending on if there's a lesson that their teacher has put up. And that's for our 7 and 8-year-olds. For our 4-year-old girl, we also have a schedule for her, and she's with grandma, and they are doing different ABC puzzles or shape puzzles, or they go on ABC Mouse, and she does learning through the computer. And then when it's time to do specials, do that art, music, or PE time, she joins us. Then we have lunch, and then they have their open time. Now, your family might be able to do an hour or so in the morning and then take a break and then come back and do another hour or so and split it up all day long. But our family, that works best for the morning. Work out whatever works best for your family and then stick to it so that you have a routine and your kids have a routine. And so it'll get easier as the weeks go on. Having a special event. It could be a daily event, it could be a weekly event for your child to look forward to. So last week, it was our first week that we were doing lessons that the teachers put online. So at the end of the week, we had Fun Friday. So we didn't do any school learning on Friday. Instead, they got to pick what they wanted to do. We also, on the weekend, ended up making sugar cookies. And so that was a fun activity for them to do. That was learning math concepts. And so sometimes just rearrange things, and to have a special event like making sugar cookies help them get through the week. We also have a special thing each day that if they have a good day with doing their learning, that then they get a little Disney dollar. And it's just something that I made, a piece of paper that has a Disney character on it because we're Disney people. And when Disney World opens up again, they'll get to spend their virtual dollars as real dollars, and they will be able to buy something, which is important to our kiddos. If you're not able to do that with like money concepts, you can just do it with a special snack, a special activity like watching a movie and popcorn at home. Have a special time with mom or dad or grandma or somebody that lives with you, that's just their alone time with that person. Whatever helps them get through their day and look forward to something is a good way to focus. Try to limit distractions the best that you can. I know we're at home, we all have different schedules. My husband and I are both trying to remotely work. Um, our kiddos have different needs and abilities, but we try to limit as much as possible, and keep our 4-year-old in one room, our boys in another room. We split them up when we're doing math because it's harder for our 7-year-old than our 8-year-old to do their lessons. They have different lessons a lot of times, so we limit the distractions when we have to focus on certain concepts. Uh, and that goes into individualized learning. So our 4-year-old is in another room doing her learning for pre-K because she's very social. So she has to be less distractions for her and to be able to focus. And she does her concepts. The boys have different math lessons because they have different teachers. So we do those separately. So the 8-year-old is on his laptop with his headphones, and he's doing his concept while my husband and I are working with our 7-year-old who has ADHD on his math concepts. So individualize the best you can. So that helps them focus, or go to another room if you can. If you can split people up. If you're doing this by yourself, do the best that you can. Maybe your family can do learning for each child at a different time, and that might help you if you're doing this on your own, or just do the best that you can. Because lastly, don't sweat the small stuff. We all are trying to work this out the best we can. And like my last video talked about, you're doing learning all day long. It might not be the learning that the teacher has down, but you are doing it. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just end with this. You are your child's first and most important teacher. Remember that. And you are having them learn each day. Don't worry if you don't get your lesson done that week or that day that the teacher says it. Just know that you're working this out the best you can and your child's still learning. Have a great day and be safe. Bye-bye.